Good morning, children. So today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 8, the fundamental unit of life. This is one of the most easiest chapters which we have studied time and time again. That is the cell. Okay, the term, the fundamental means the basic, the most important. Okay, we know that in our constitution it is fundamental rights. Okay, that is the basic right which have to have, everyone should have that much at least. So when we talk about fundamental unit of life, we are talking of fundamental, that is the one basic thing which is required. Unit means, the term unit means one, तो fundamental का मतलब हो गया basic और ना most important, unit का मतलब हो गया one और single and unit of life. ठीक है, life we already know that the life as such we cannot define, but we know that there are some characteristics of the living being which are making them different from all other non-living beings. So all the living beings are living because of some of the important properties. And what is the basic thing, that is what is the that smallest unit which is showing those properties of life is called fundamental unit of life. ठीक है, द स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट विच कैन शो ऑल द फीचर्स ऑफ लिविंग बींग्स इज द फंडामेंटल यूनिट ऑफ लाइफ. दैट इज, उससे छोटा कुछ हो गया तो दैट विल नॉट शो द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ लाइफ. व्हाट आर द थिंग्स, लाइक इफ यू नो दैट वी ह्यूमन बीइंग, cow, donkey, elephant, monkeys, there are so many different type of animals which we see around us. Their body is made up of organ systems. That is, in order to function properly they require several organ systems. Okay, so suppose you remove the respiratory system, you will not be able to survive. You remove the nervous system, you will not be able to survive. You remove the digestive system, you may survive for a day or 2 or 5 days, but after that he will die. If you remove the nervous system, your sensory system, he may survive for few days, but ultimately he will die. So organ system, yes, mic is not there. Okay, so if we talk about all these organs, their body made up of number of organ systems. So even one organ system is removed, the body may still survive for a certain time. Okay, not all organ systems. Now suppose reproductive organ system is removed, what difference is it going to make? It hardly, because he or she will not be able to carry out reproduction. Rest all the things will carry on in the normal way. Okay, if someone doesn't have, say for example, one of the sensory organ, eye is not there, or the ear is not there, or what you call nose वोज तो हो गई होगा, है ना, तो अगर नहीं होंगे then also one can survive. तो organ system is not a very important thing. Without organ system also, 1 or 2 organ system नहीं है तब भी चल सकता organism. ठीक है, there are number of organisms where the organ systems are not found. There are only organs are present. 1 or 2 organs are there. Like if you see about the platyhelminth monkeys, they will have only a sucker just to hold the body of parasite, the host. ठीक है, no organ systems are there. If you go further down, there are tissue grade organisms like coelenterates. We already studied all these things, so I think you should be clear about this. So tissue grade, that is the coelenterate and ctenophora, their body has got only tissues, no organs, yet they are surviving. Go further down, porifera, the body is made up of only cells, yet body is surviving, that those organs are surviving. So for survival, organs are not, tissues are not required, organs are not required, and organ systems are not required to have always. Without this also the organisms can survive. Of course the efficiency will be less, but there is survival. Then if you go further down, where the body is made up of only cell, one cell, like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, their body is made up of only one cell. All the protists and all the monorems, the body is made up of only one cell, yet they are surviving. But you will not find an organism made up of only nucleus or mitochondria or Golgi body or ribosome or centrosome or some other cell organelle. Minimum thing which is required for the survival of any organism is one single cell. And that is why we say the cell is the fundamental unit of life, that one basic thing which is required for life. We can also put it in the other way. The fundamental unit of life was also said that the cell is the structural and functional unit structural and functional unit of life. That means the body of all the living beings are made up of cell and their products, and all the functions which an organism shows are also taking place in the cell. So suppose I am talking, you are listening, so my talking is because of the cell and you are listening is because of the cell. If I am moving my hands and you are watching me, these all are because of the cells. So cells are necessary to make the organs like all the hand, palm, finger, mouth, tongue, eyes, ears, everything, and whatever their function, they are also because of the cells. So cells are the structural and functional unit of life. Okay? Now who said that? Who said that? Did we come to know about cells in a day, or all these things in a day or so? No. No. Previously people used to think that the body as a whole is something. Like if we talk about this bottle, it is not made up of many small cells like things. Okay? And if I talk about this duster, now it is not having cell. Kabhi the. Okay? This chalk. So like there are so many different type of other inanimate things are there. Like that only the people used to think about the living beings also. So they used to think that the living beings are made up of particles, and these particles are making as a whole body. It was way back in 1665, Robert Hooke purchased a microscope, and he was observing under it so many different type of things. When you buy something, so you want to explore its potential to the maximum. Okay? So anything it may be. Suppose you got a pen, so you will write all possible. You want to draw out of it, you want to write out of it, you want to even do the calligraphy and all. Suppose you bought a new cycle or a bicycle, car or something. You would like to use. You would like to see that what is the potential, how far it can go, what is the thing, what will happen if I take it to the gaddas, what will happen if I do this thing. So you just try to explore. This particular person, Robert Hooke, also was exploring, keeping the different things under the microscope. So suppose he plucks the hair and put it in the microscope to see what hair look like. He bought some paper or some leaf or something and all. अब बैठा हुआ तो था खुरापाती. देखिए, he was a businessman. He was a cloth merchant. Now cloth merchant आजकल की जैसे नहीं, सारे टाइम कोई आ ही जाएंगे. तो he was sitting idle. So he had one scent bottle. Scent bottle, you know that it has a cork. और ना, तो उस टाइम ऐसे भी कोई ढक्कन का फैशन नहीं था. So they used to plug the bottle with a cork. Yesterday's class what we have studied. Okay, so that cork he had. So what he did, इसने वो cork को एक पतला सा slide काटा, and he kept it under the microscope and he observed. And to his surprise, when he observed, he got something like this type of structure. Okay, hexagonal structure. Not exactly a hexagonal, but somewhat similar to that. कोई narrow type में बदले थे, कोई pentagonal पे हमने कोई कैसे किया. Just for the sake of study, हमने ऐसा मान लिया. ठीक है? So they were looking somewhat similar to the honeycomb. And in honeycomb, each small chambers are known as cell. जेल के भी एक कमरों को सेल कहते हैं. ठीक है? और किसी भी जगह सेल इज द स्मॉल चैम्बर, अ नेम गिवन टू द स्मॉल चैम्बर. So what he found that the cork is made up of small chamber-like structure, which was resembling the cells of a honeycomb. So he gave their name as cell. होता ही है ना भैया, हम किसी भी चीज को किसी से मिलता जुलता देख लेते तो हम वैसे नाम दे देते हैं. ठीक है? स्कूल में भी तो हमारी आदत है ना, किसी भी बच्चे में कुछ चीज़ देख ली तो उसका हिसाब से नाम दे दे. बोला यार तू तो अनिल कपूर लगता है, तो कपूर साहब बुलाने लग गए हैं. एंड बाकी तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें आप बुलाते हैं. आई डोंट वांट टू से दैट. ओके, तो इसने भाई साहब ने इसका नाम क्या रख दिया? सेल. ओके, दैट्स ऑल। उसने कहा कि भैया मैंने हनीकॉम्ब को देखा, उसका नाम है, उसके बारे में उसने कोई अपना जर्नल छाप दिया एंड ही पब्लिश्ड इट। पीपल केम टू नो, लोगों ने कहा यार अच्छा। एंड वो व्यक्ति जिसने इसको माइक्रोस्कोप बेचा था 1674, ही ऑल्सो केम टू नो। ही सेड यार रॉबर्ट मेरा माइक्रोस्कोप मुझे दे दे यार, आई वुड लाइक टू एक्सप्लोर। रॉबर्ट भाई साहब ने कहा मैं क्यों दूं, आई परचेस्ड इट, इट इज नाउ माई ओन। ठीक है, एनीवे रॉबर्ट हुक के बाद में एंटोन वॉन लीवन हॉक, he made another microscope and now he also started exploring। उसने कहा यार एक मेरा माइक्रोस्कोप लेके नाम कमा गया है। इट इज समथिंग लाइक दैट कि फरारी की कार खरीद करके कोई जो है नाम कमा दे और बहुत बढ़िया ड्राइवर है। अरे ड्राइवर क्या होता है, दूसरी कार बैलगाड़ी चला के दिखाओ जीत के है। तो फरारी बोले कि भैया हमारी कार है, हमारी कार से जीता। तो ऐसे ही हुए, पहले शुरू में मैक्लेरन और क्या कहते हैं मर्सिडीज और उनकी कारों को लेकर रेस करने लगे। तो उन्होंने कहा अच्छा हमारी कार रेस करके तुम महान बन रहे हो। तो देन दीज ऑल स्टार्टेड देयर ओन रैली ग्रुप्स, है ना। तो उन्होंने अपने खुद के बना लिए। ऐसे ही भाई साहब को अच्छा नहीं लगा, बोले यार मेरा माइक्रोस्कोप और तू नाम कमा रहा। तो लीवेनहॉक also made another microscope and he started exploring things all the more better। So what he did, he must have taken the saliva also seen under this, he must have taken blood cells also and seen under that, he even taken semen and seen under the microscope, he even took water from the nearby pond, ditches here there, and there he saw some things, some living forms। तो लीवेनहॉक was the first who saw first living cells। Living cells were first seen by Leeuwenhoek. What was seen by Robert Hooke was not cell at all। रॉबर्ट हुक साहब, रॉबर्ट हुक ने क्या देखा, दैट वॉज ओनली सेल वॉल, द एम्प्टी बॉक्सेस। ओके, देन व्हाई आर वी स्टडीइंग रॉबर्ट हुक? स्ट्रेट अवे यहाँ पढ़ना चाहिए ना, 9 साल बाद का कंट्रीब्यूशन जो ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है उसको नहीं पढ़ रहे। एंड वी आर स्टडीइंग अबाउट द रॉबर्ट हुक विच इज हु इज नॉट सीन इवन एनी लिविंग बॉडी। He has seen only the cell wall, the chambers or the boxes or the structure made up of cell wall। Then why we have to study Robert Hooke? तो Robert Hooke को we are studying because he was the one who set a new goal। एक नया रास्ता दिखाया उन्होंने। यहाँ पे भी है, पहले तो लोग चंदा को मामा ही कहते थे, है ना, एवरीबडी यूज्ड टू कॉल चंदा मामा चंदा मामा। और जब वो रशियन पहुँच गए चंदा पे और अपना झंडा गाड़ दिया तो मालूम पड़ा कि चंदा तो कोई मामा नहीं है, तो कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है, हैं? तो ऐसा ही होता है। पीपल वर जस्ट थिंकिंग दैट द बॉडी ऑफ लिविंग बीइंग्स आर मेड अप ऑफ एज अ होल वन थिंग, जस्ट लाइक अ चॉप। कि दे हैव गॉट माइन्यूट पार्टिकल्स बट दीज पार्टिकल्स आर कमिंग टुगेदर एंड मेकिंग दिस थिंग। ठीक है, पीपल नेवर थॉट दैट दे आर मेड अप ऑफ स्मॉल यूनिट्स लाइक अ सेल। लीवेनहॉक ने पहली बार लिविंग सेल्स को देखा। उसके बाद तो लोगों में जागृति आ गई। ठीक है, देन द पीपल स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग ऑफ दिस डायरेक्शन। यू सी कंप्यूटर्स आर बीइंग यूज्ड फ्रॉम सो मेनी इयर्स। इंडिया में कंप्यूटर को मोर देन 50 ईयर्स हो चुके। एंड जब देन प्राइम मिनिस्टर मिस्टर राजीव गांधी ही वांटेड टू यूज कंप्यूटर्स इन इंडिया, कंप्यूटराइजेशन करना चाहता उन्होंने। तो ये सारे ये जो आज की बीजेपी है और पहले उस टाइम जनता पार्टी और बीजेपी और ये सारे जो थे ये सबके सब हड़ताल पे बैठ गए। बहुत इन्होंने स्ट्राइक करी। उन्होंने कहा कि इससे तो हमारी रोजगार छिन जाएगा, आज रोजगार छिन जाएगा। टुडे इंडिया इज अर्निंग मैक्सिमम फॉरेन रेवेन्यू बाय कंप्यूटर्स। अब बात करते हैं, आज से 15 साल पहले किसी ने सोचा था कि आप कंप्यूटर से अपने घर पे खाना मंगा लेंगे कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम सॉफ्टवेयर यूज़ करके, या आप सॉफ्टवेयर यूज़ करके कोई कार बुला लेंगे और यू विल एबल टू बुक ए टिकट और यू विल एबल टू बुक ए होटल इन जम्मू कश्मीर वेयर यू नेवर बीन टू, और यू विल बी बुक ए दिस थिंग रेलवे टिकट इन जर्मनी। You may not even know What trains are running from where to where? All these are because of the computer. So when we open a new area and start exploring, we come to know many things. Robert Hooke has given a new area, new dimension, that we have to work in this direction also. Before that, people were not thinking. यही तो खासियत है, ये तो खासियत है, तभी तो हम रॉबर्ट हुक को याद करते हैं भाई, रॉबर्ट हुक, आपने तो हुक कर दिया, ठीक है, मजे आ गए, नया डायरेक्शन मिल गया, हमको भी पढ़ाने के लिए एक नई साइंस मिल गई, है ना। तो रॉबर्ट हुक ने जो है वो तो एंटोन वॉन लीवेनहॉक के उसके बाद कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन के बाद नाउ मेनी साइंटिस्ट, मेनी पीपल स्टार्टेड यूजिंग माइक्रोस्कोप एंड स्टार्टेड स्टडीइंग मेनी थिंग्स। और फिर भी there was not much discoveries were made possible because the earliest microscope were the very simple microscope. We should not even call it microscope, rather it was just a hand lens. It was a hand lens which was mounted on a frame, and there was a platform on which the thing used to be kept, and एक रोशनी का इंतजाम कर दिया था in the form of a candle. So the light used to fall by candle onto the object, and then it used to be highlighted. That was the simplest thing, which was the microscope of Anton von Leeuwenhoek, which he is given to Robert Hooke, and he himself also used, and many other scientists later on. But as the time passed, the microscopes started developing better and better. Then instead of one lens, two lenses were kept together, so the magnifying power increased. Then instead of putting the object onto the platform and keeping a light on the top, they started passing the light through the object, so the clarity increased, what you call in today's language, that is pixelation अच्छा हो गया उसका, ठीक है। So the things become better, okay, and the view we started getting better. So then the bio of cell biology has started coming to be. काफ़ी लेट, करीब 150 साल बाद some basic discoveries have started. चलिए उनके बारे में पढ़ते हैं। In 1838 एक रॉबर्ट थे, ये वाले रॉबर्ट भूरी हैं, रॉबर्ट ब्राउन। He discovered nucleus in this cell. अच्छा, जैसे जैसे कुछ नई डिस्कवरी होती है ना, पीपल अगेन स्टार्ट टू गो इन दैट डायरेक्शन, ठीक है। यू सी व्हेनेवर यू सी समथिंग इन द न्यूज़, अगर मान लो वो आता है कि भाई फलाने ने ये चाय खरीदी और उसको ये इनाम निकला, तो पीपल ऑल्सो स्टार्ट गो एंड बाय दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग। को कोई किसका कुछ है, मतलब जैसे कोई चीज़ न्यूज़ में आती है, पीपल ऑल्सो स्टार्ट डूइंग। किसी ने कहा कि भाई मैंने वहाँ पे एक फॉरेन की बर्ड देखी है इन फलाने लेक में, सो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल स्टार्ट गोइंग देयर, स्टार्ट क्लिकिंग फोटो, एंड आजकल तो सेल्फी, वो चिड़ी तो इतनी सी रह जाएगी, खुद का चेहरा इतना बड़ा। एनीवे, तो रॉबर्ट हुक डिस्कवर्ड न्यूक्लियस, then again people started moving in that direction, thinking direction. In the same year, very same year, there was another scientist, उनके नाम थे मिस्टर मैथ्यू जे शील्डन, SCHIELDON, M.J. Sheldon. And M.J. Sheldon, what he did, he took the different parts of the plants, the stems, the roots, the leaves, the flowers, even must have taken seeds, and he started studying them one by one, and to his surprise he found that the body of all the plant parts are made up of those basic units which are seen by the Robert Hooke. So he said the body of all the plants are made up of cell and their products. अभी animals में invasion नहीं हुआ है, the people are still thinking of plants. M.J. Sheldon comes next year, 1839. Another scientist, his name is Theodore Schwann. Theodore Schwann went to the butcher house, collected the various parts of animal which is slaughtered, like skin, like muscles, like lungs, liver, kidney, and other parts. and he bought them in his room or his laboratory, whatever it is he had, and there also he also started cutting thin slices of each part and observing them under the microscope, and to his surprise he also found that the body of all the animals are also made up of cell and their products. Putting them together, we came to know that the body of all the living beings, whether the plants or animals, are made up of cell and their products. Because at that time, only two kingdom classification was there. That is, all the organisms, either they were plant or animals. So, when the plant and the body of animals, they are made up of cells. So, the theory is come into being, that is, the body of all the living beings. Another scientist came in 1854. उनके नाम थे रुडोल्फ Virchow. Rudolf Virchow put forward an entirely new idea. He said a cell always arises from a pre-existing cell. A cell always arises from a pre-existing cell. It is not like that. जब हम इंडियन मैथ्स में पढ़ते हैं कि द पंच तत्वों से बनी है ना? The life is made up of फाइव बेसिक एलिमेंट. क्या आता है? 5 बेसिक एलिमेंट्स आपको पता ही होगा, पृथ्वी, अग्नि, जल, वायु और आकाश. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये 5 चीज़ें, यहाँ पे 5 चीज़ के बाद में बचा क्या है? व्हेन टॉक अबाउट द पृथ्वी, दैट मीन्स ऑल द मिनरल्स, एवरीथिंग विच इज देयर इन द जैसे, है ना, और वायु दैट इज एयर हो गए, और जल हो गया दैट इज वाटर हो गया, और आकाश में क्या है? आकाश में ऊर्जाएं रहेंगी, और सन जो है मतलब फायर क्या है? फायर ऑल्सो गॉट एनर्जी. सो ये सब मिल करके जो है लाइफ बनाता. हम तो इतनी भी नहीं जानते, 3 से भी बोल सकते हैं, क्योंकि पृथ्वी का मतलब सब कुछ आ गया, जल भी तो उसी में ही आया. आकाश को मिला के क्या करना? आकाश में भी तो फायर ही है, एनर्जी है, तो फायर इज रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ ऑल एनर्जी. तो वी कैन से दैट द लाइफ इज मेड अप ऑफ ओनली 3 ऑफ. बट दैट डजंट मीन कि आप इनमें से सब में से थोड़ा थोड़ा लेकर के एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में डाल के जोर से हिला देंगे तो सेल बन जाएगी. आज बने न कल बने, न परसों बने, न साल में, न 10 साल में, न लाख साल में, न करोड़ साल में. इट इज लिटरली इम्पॉसिबल टू मेक सेल in laboratory by using those basic fundamental things, those chemicals. We now know what the cell is made up of. Now we know everything, that is what type of molecules are there. There are some phospholipids are there, some proteins are there, then some DNA is there, some RNA is there, some other type of minerals are there. उनको सबको ले लीजिए ना, in the same proportion also you take and just put them. और इतना भी क्या करना है? सेल आपके पास पड़ी है जो अभी मर गई है, उसको जिंदा करके दिखा दो. So what is the thing? That is, Rudolf Virchow is saying that omnicellula is cellular, that is the cell always arises from a pre-existing cell. Omnicellula is cellular, ये उनकी लैंग्वेज है ना. क्या है इसका मतलब? A cell always arises from a pre-existing cell. That is, if you want to have a cell, you have to have a cell before that. It is something like that. If you want to have a baby, human one, you have to have one daddy and one mother. मतलब to be father and to be mother. You cannot make a human baby by using this mud and this and that. वो तो बहुत सारे बनाते हैं, हर फेस्टिवल आता है, हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें मिट्टी की बना लेते हैं, पर उनमें लाइफ थोड़ी होती है. ठीक है. If you want to have a neem tree, you have to have another neem tree from which the pollen and the ova will be taken, fertilization will be done, the seeds will form, and from that only you can produce another neem tree. You cannot produce neem tree by just saying some mantras or mixing some substances. ठीक है. So Rudolf Virchow का ये आइडिया था. Putting these 3 people's idea together, theory is being put forward that is known as cell theory. So cell theories are इन तीनों के आइडियाज आए हैं, जिसको पहले कहा था that cell is the body of all the plants and animals are made up of cell. उसको थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई कर दिया, बोल दिया body of all the living beings are made up of cell. Then it is said that cell is the structural and functional unit of the body, living beings, and then further modified and given as a statement that cell is the fundamental unit of life. So introduction part we are done. है ना. एंड नाउ लेट अस सी, टेक अ टूर इनटू द सेल. अब अगर हम सेल के अंदर घुस जाएंगे तो हमको क्या मिलेंगे? देखते हैं. सपोज द सेल इज जस्ट लाइक अ स्टेडियम. इतना बड़ा होता है सेल. if the cell is as big as a city or as big as a village, and if you go inside, what you will find? What you will find? Let us see. ये हमारा सेल है, ठीक है, and we are taking a tour into the cell. So first we will come across cell wall. Further going inside, we will get cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane, what we get? Protoplasm. The protoplasm is divided into two, that is cytoplasm and the nucleus. Going into the nucleus, what you will get? Nuclear membrane. नीचे जगह नहीं है, इससे मतलब झुकना अलाउड नहीं है, इसलिए हम ऊपर ही जा रहे हैं. Nuclear membrane, which is also known as nuclear lemma, ठीक है, membrane. Then nucleoplasm will be there. Then chromatin material will be there. Then nucleolus will be there. Ribosomes are also there. Okay. साइटोप्लाज्म में क्या है? साइटोप्लाज्म में बहुत सारी चीजें मिलती हैं. So I'll just divide. We get in the cytoplasm, in the cytoplasm we get mitochondria and plastids. These all are double membrane. DM लिख देता हूँ. ये वो DM नहीं है जो आप इंस्टा में करते हो, ठीक है. Then what you will get? You will get two cell organelles जिसमें कोई membrane नहीं है. That is the ribosomes and centrosomes. They are membraneless. Okay. Then you get endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus या Golgi body. These are tubular. Then we get vacuoles and lysosomes. These are glandular. कुछ चीज को भरकर. So these are the 8 cell organelles. Besides this, there are some microbodies, microtubules are there, microfibrils are there, and then we got some other things that is non-living things are there. So we shall study about them one by one in the next class onwards. If tomorrow is not holiday, then we will continue. If it is a holiday, then you also take rest and me too. Good day children, enjoy your day. Bye.